What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your ladies' favorite YouTube channel. I have some late night updates regarding the mercato and Juventus' strategy moving forward. We have some updates. It's a big week. Will they be able to land the big names? Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today, it's Tuesday, May 24th, 2022, and of course I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news that you hear about each and every day. Before we get into though, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already joined our community, become a member of our community as well by hitting that join button down below. It'll take you through a few things. You get a lot of cool bonuses with it. You get access to the member squad, the Discord that we have on here, as well as you can hop on the show, and you will get premium access to better chances to end up winning our merch giveaways that we'll be doing here on the channel. So make sure you do that down below. And now we'll get into it. The news that we have regarding it's really the Juventus mercato. Let's not kid ourselves. That's what you're here for. That's what we're talking about. All right. Very first one up, we're talking about Paul Pogba and the situation going on with him. We have Sky Italia and Luca Bianchini with an update saying that Max Allegri really wants Paul Pogba. Contacts are almost daily with Nedved overseeing it. Juventus say about Pogba and Juventus about 95% done that he will be back in the Bianconeri colors. Only details remain to be finalized. He could be the first purchase of the new season. Going off of that, we also have reports from Tuttosport that are also saying that Juventus are looking to close it and that they are very close in closing it. They report saying that during the next meeting with Pimenta, the club wants to close the Pogba deal, having already obtained his yes and to protect themselves from unpleasant surprises. We're talking about PSG. We're talking about Real Madrid. We know the nerves that I think a lot of fans are feeling right now with Zinedine Zidane and what could happen there at PSG with potentially Real Madrid. Now that they didn't get Mbappe, they're going to maybe go on a little bit of an onslaught to try to bring Pogba, a big name, to their club. I think right now I'm still fairly confident that Juventus will end up landing Paul Pogba in the mercato, but I think it's got to be done quickly. We're talking about before the end of the week. I don't know exactly when this meeting will happen. You'll know and you'll hear as soon as the meeting's happening. I think it's one of those situations that's kind of played a little bit tight to the vest. Yeah, they're having constant communication. They're talking to Pogba. They're stroking his ego, telling him, not his ego. If he brings an eagle, that'd be pretty cool too. But they're stroking his ego. I can't even get it out today. It's my voice. It's still not back yet, guys. Anyway, trying to tell him, this is what you're going to be. You're the big dog on campus. You'll come out here. You're going to be the guy we care about most. You're going to be the shining star. Adidas is going to plaster you all over the place. You know what Ronaldo was? That's going to be you here at Juventus. You're going to be the big star of the show. And I think he will end up coming to Juventus. But we'll keep you updated as soon as we have any kind of information on when this meeting's happening. You bet we're going to be on high alert when it comes to talking about and breaking down the mercato strategy, or not strategy, the mercato bombshell that could burst that day. So let's continue. Next one up we have is another kind of a bombshell for you guys, and it's one that we thought maybe would be a difficult situation for Juventus moving forward, but maybe we're going to get lucky. And that is, of course, talking about the situation with Adrien Rabiot. Tuttosport are reporting that Chelsea, who already followed the player when he was at PSG, and Newcastle have shown interest in Adrien Rabiot. A possible sale would allow the club to get rid of one of the heaviest salaries, 7 million euros, besides making a capital gain. Now, this is a situation that obviously interests a lot of us. Me personally, I don't ever want to see Adrien Rabiot starting on the pitch ever again. I'd be happy if they can move him. And again, I understand he does some things defensively well. There's moments that he had moments of brightness. I'm not going to say of greatness because that's not even close to any kind of greatness here at Juventus in the last at least year or so. One of the things that that really frustrated me the most is just him and his inability to maybe push the ball into that final third of the pitch, and he would just scare away from that, shy away from it, and move back, and would really kill any kind of momentum and drives. I know I'm not doing a great job right now. If we have Chelsea fans that are hopping on that want to be sold on Adrien Rabiot, so let me talk to Chelsea fans. Talk to you right now, guys. He's a great player. You're getting the package deal. You're getting the ultimate midfielder for your club. You guys just won a Champions League. This is the guy to bring you your next Champions League. You guys get on out of here. Just get on out of here. We appreciate you guys being here. Get on out of here. All right, guys. Juventus fans, we may have dodged a bullet here moving into next season. We'll see how it goes. One of the other aspects of this that I want to talk about, too, is it makes me wonder if this is one of those situations that maybe a package deal or a swap deal. Let's say that, a swap deal, not a package deal, a swap deal. Well, maybe you send Adrian Rabiot that way. Maybe a midfielder they have that maybe wants to leave. Jorginho, he's been mentioned with Juventus. Maybe that's a way to open that a little bit. Obviously, I feel like Adrian Rabiot, you're looking at a 10 million euro player, while Jorginho, they're asking a bit more for that. Juventus will pay a little more over the top. But if you already have Paul Pogba and you're looking at the other aspects right now in the mercato and they don't look as appeasing, I know a lot of you are not high on Zaniolo. I know he's not. Now you're looking at him as more being a forward than he is playing as a midfielder. But it is what it is. I think right now Jorginho is a second option, as in joining Paul Pogba. To me, I feel like that'd be a solid get. I'll be honest. That's my personal opinion. Feel free to argue with me in the comment section down below. We can move on to the next topic of the day, and we're talking about another Italian player that could be coming to Juventus, and that's Repubblica, who is reporting saying that Juventus are following Udigi, the Udinese left back, a guy that a lot of us are high on here lately. He's a concrete target for the left back position at Juventus. The player is also liked by Inter and Lazio. Well, Lazio, step out of the way. This is our guy. Inter, same with you. I'm planting my flag in this. We've got to get the Udigi deal done this summer. He's one of the top priorities, if you're asking me. I think he's affordable. He's young. And, of course, you know me. He's an Azzurri. I would like to see him. I'd like to see what he could do for the future of the Juventus, of the Bianconeri, and of the Azzurri moving forward. Get me Udigi on the list and on the phone as soon as possible. Moving forward, we talk about some other moves that are be dealt with, while the lawyer Pimenta is going to be in here talking about getting the Paul Pogba deal done. Tuno Sports reporting saying that with the lawyer Pimenta, other discussions will be tackled as well as Pogba, such as the renewal of Matthias de Ligt and the future of Moise Kean. Luca Pellegrini, who with the Bianconeri is looking for a left back, is looking to leave. The way they worded that is a little bit weird, but basically, as we know, it's just one of those rough situations where, because Alexander is probably not leaving, you've got to open up some space, you got to make some funds available, and that would be where Luca Pellegrini would have to depart, and Juventus would have to, say goodbye to one of their Italian players and end up bringing in somebody else that they could get, while maybe one more year down the road, we get another left back that would hopefully be better than Alexander. So we get Udigi maybe this summer, and then we'll see maybe another guy next summer or something like that. De Ligt obviously seems destined to happen really soon. Moise Kean be another one to watch out for what happens there. PSG talked about West Ham potentially being interested there. We'll keep an eye on what happens with Moise Kean. Moving on, though, let's talk about one of Juventus' actual youth Italian players that could stay with the club and continue to play, and that is Fabio Manetti. Tuno Sports reporting saying that Manetti has quickly climbed the hierarchies, so much so that he could now win the internal challenge with Nicolo Ravella, Nicola Fagioli, and Filippo Ranocchia for a place in next year's squad. I've talked about this a lot recently on the channel. My personal opinion, I like Manetti. He'd be the guy that I'd be riding with. And I don't want to disrespect the guy, but Ranocchia on the list, I think you're not. I think right now, I don't think he's earned to be in the same category as Ravella, Fagioli, and Manetti. No disrespect to him, it's just he hasn't shown that kind of brightness, that kind of, potential. He had a little bit of a nice little start last summer, and then going into like the preseason kind of thing. But overall, I don't think he's on the same level as those other players. And the thing too with Ravella, Fagioli definitely bring a bit of a draw when it comes to maybe some potential mercato dealings, sellings, whatever have you. I know guys are high on Fagioli, and when I'm saying this, I'm writing more with Manetti, but it doesn't mean I'm disparaging Fagioli or Ravella even, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts. Which of the players would you want to keep in the comment section down below? I'm still sticking with Manetti for now. Talking about an old name that has returned to Juventus in the forefront, and when I would say forefront, maybe in the mid-tier, let's say that for now. Tuno Sports reporting, saying that once the Di Maria deal is closed, the club will look at a striker. The name of Gabriel Jesus, who has never gone away, the management still likes the player, who is set to leave City this summer. He's been very vocal that he wants to leave the club, that he doesn't want to be there anymore. He's been rumored with Juventus, I feel like, I don't know, a couple of seasons now here at least. My question is, what would this do with the idea of bringing in, why am I blanking on him right now? Why am I blanking? Raspadori. Duh. Come on, Justin. Get with it, right? It's been a long day, guys. I apologize. What would this do with the deal for Raspadori? Would this put Raspadori in the back burner or potentially not even bring him in at all? I know that Gabriel Jesus is a really good striker. Obviously, he's still proving it right now while he is at Man City. But I wonder what that would do for him. How long would he have? Just something to keep an eye on. We'll see if it's an either or could they bring them both, especially if one player is going to be leaving. And that is, of course, a couple players are leaving. But that player that I'm talking about leaving is Alvaro Monata. So if his situation pans out this way, Tudo Sports reporting, the idea of keeping Monata is not completely gone. Atletico do not intend to grant the discounts today, but it is not certain that in a few weeks' time, in front of the difficulties in selling the forward, they could lower their demands. So right now, obviously, Juventus, if I'm Juve, I'm not paying more than 15, 20 million euros, maybe 15, 5 bonuses, something like that. 20 million, I don't think 35 makes any sense. Atletico don't have a ton of options right now when they want to offload the player. But as it stands right now, we'll see what happens when it comes to the player moving on, going, where I'm not going to pick out a team, wherever he goes. Or if he's going to be an option Juventus can rely on in the coming season. If they don't, you're looking at maybe a couple players having to bring in. So maybe could you bring in a Jesus and a Raspadori? That seems kind of expensive if you're asking me, but it's an option to keep out there on the table. If it's me, I really would like the investment in Raspadori, and that really, I'm going to plant my flag in that one for a while. So we'll see what happens. But of course, Gabriel Jesus would be a good replacement too. We'll see what happens with Monata. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. We talked about it enough on the channel. And then finally, the last story of the day is Tudo Sports also reporting about the youngsters and what their futures could hold for Juventus or elsewhere. One of Coney De Winter and Marliake could leave. Last summer, the Belgian had already been a step away from Bruges, whose interest still persists. While for the French player, there are numerous options in Italy and abroad. Obviously, you're not seeing either of these players getting a lot of time right now, especially with Juventus going after other center backs. I don't think Coney De Winter is going to get the time that really he either you just want to say deserves or needs to develop right now with this kind of level. And then Marliake, the time we did see him, they play keep away from him. So I don't blame him for wanting to go somewhere else and maybe get some experience if it's a loan or if potentially if he's sold. It is the way of the Juventus. That's a situation where we always have it. Anyway, guys, that's just a quick update. What's going on with Juventus' mercato? The latest updates of what's going on here. I just want to give you a quick hit. Pogba, I feel like it's just loading right now. That's all it is. It's a loading bar that's near the very end. You're at 95. They put 95%. You're somewhere there. You're just trying to get to 100%. And here we go. And we're going to have a massive here we go on the channel when we have Paul Pogba be announced. I'm writing and saying when he is announced, not if he's being announced. That's how confident I am. I will bend the knee. I will eat crow, whatever it is, if it doesn't get done. Trust me. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on all the topics we talked about today in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button. It really does help our channel to continue to grow, to be able to bring you more content and cool things. And we've got a lot of cool stuff going into the summer and going into next season that we've been working on together, Julian, Alejandro, and myself, of what we can bring you guys in the coming months, I guess, weeks to months right now. Make sure you follow Bianca Canary Zone, Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you follow me as well. Help me give me a couple followers, right? At Justin Sofro on Twitter. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianca Canary.